Having a car like this that gives you joy to drive and gives other people joy to see is a huge part of the Mini ownership experience, and this car has plenty of that and more. So the owner of this car owns another Mini that's essentially the exact same car, same year, same color, but it's completely stock and totally mint. And he ended up buying this car because he felt like with his other car, he couldn't really personalize it. He couldn't sort of make it his own and customize it and all the things that are fun to do with Minis. So he bought this one. It was a little bit rougher, especially when he first got it and brought it to us, and said, I want this fun kind of driver that I can just enjoy and not worry about. And we enjoy doing concourse level cars as well, but we also really enjoy working on cars kind of like this, because there is a certain level of freedom that comes along with having a car that, you know, everything doesn't have to be new or shiny. You can just make the most of it. And this one was a really, really fun job because the transformation that the car has gone through has just been awesome to see. When we started off, you know, it was very rough. It didn't drive nice at all. Clunky suspension, the interior's in shambles, the wiring was a mess, and we were able to sort all those things out. The first thing we did is we went over the whole car. We pulled out all the stuff that we knew that we'd be replacing or that was not necessary anymore. This car had a lot of wiring issues. There was a lot of wires that were being run to nowhere, things that weren't working anymore. So essentially we got the car down to its base form so that we could see what we were working with and then start building it up from there.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just trying to check out your work.
I wasn't looking at porn. I've never seen a yellow one before.
Yeah, it's actually the relay for the headlights. It's kind of a good idea. They did high beam, low beam. So you get direct 12 volt. But let me tell you what happened. As you can see, all the wiring's exposed here.
Yeah.
So I just went in, I was gonna like tidy the wiring. I just wanted to like clean it up so it looked kind of more loomed because it was kind of everywhere, and figure out as I was pulling all the wires. I pulled out, like, I weighed it yesterday. The stuff I pulled out of this car weighed more than the air conditioning box.
Wow,
Like
seriously? Just wires?
50 pounds of stuff I pulled out of here, literally.
You could probably sell the copper.
Yeah.
Or like melt it down.
But anyway, so I was going through here, and then I started to clean up behind the dash, and you can see I've now loomed it all super nice from here, all redone. But all these connections, see all these ones that now have shrink tubing on them?
Yeah.
They were hand twisted together. All the ground circuits on the dash were like literally just exposed and hand twisted. And then this wire here, this new one, is the alternator signal wire. You know when you turn the ignition on and a little light comes on? It burnt in the harness from the fuse box all the way, this entire thing completely burnt to here.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I pulled it apart, I was like, oh crap, and it was actually, it had melted to the other wires. I was like pulling it out. So it's like a super good thing that I like took it apart, because otherwise
it would catch fire.
Yeah, like I'm surprised it didn't catch fire.
Yeah.
It was exposed on the bulkhead, touching the firewall with an exposed directly from the alternator.
What's wrong with this car?
Well now, like, look, it's so clean. So like I loomed this all nice. The car runs like this, you know, just
new gauges.
I put a new oil pressure gauge because the other oil pressure gauge was leaking. I haven't attached it yet.
Clean.
Yeah, it's pretty clean, and everything is now, like, this is soldered inside here and then with shrink tubing over top, so nothing's gonna come apart. And then I ran, you can see all the new connectors. All these new connectors have new wires in them, and then there's like a ton of excess, so I shortened them all up. So
That's like where the weight came from?
Yeah, and then there's just accessory stuff everywhere. There's like, I guess, a stereo system that wasn't in here anymore. It had a bunch of weird, I think he used to have a rear wiper. Oh, so there was power wires to the rear wiper that were just left open. Like, there's a ton of open power circuits that were just like left. So anyways, now it's super clean. This will all be able to tuck up inside there. I'm gonna add a tack, so that's a couple of these wires are for the tack, and then everything else, there's like nothing. It's all, look at it, it's bare, super bare. really good that we went through that, cleaned up all these old wires, and really made the car much more safe to drive and confidence inspiring on going on long trips.
Is it getting an interior carpet kit?
Yeah, new carpets, new door cards, new door handles. This is literally a belt.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But look at that side, it's not a belt. It's because they just only had one buckle. Yeah. So he wanted to get rid of that, so we're getting rid of that. New door cards front and rear. And I installed seat belts in the back, and then we've got the vinyl that goes on the back and the vinyl that goes on the base here, as well as the vinyl that goes on the parcel shelf in the back. We've done enough of these sorts of cars to really have a good idea on what you have to do to make the most out of a car that's maybe a little bit rough around the edges. And on this one, we went with a set of these really nice flares, highlighted them with a nice new chrome molding. We got this really nice set of John Brown wheels in 12-inch, so he could retain his old brakes, which were the 8.4-inch rotors, so that just one more expense, so you don't have to pay out to get the smaller brakes. We also wrapped the new wheels in some really nice sticky Yokohama tires. Most people probably have a car pretty similar to this at home, where you just want to drive it, have fun, and make it look cool. So the key is to just choose a few small components that get you essentially your best bang for buck when it comes to the overall aesthetic of the car and the way the car drives. So make sure it drives really nice, make sure the suspension is sorted, a couple key things, wheels and tires make a huge difference, and then just really clean cut polish on the paint. You don't have to worry about every single little nick and rock chip and whatnot. That just adds to the character of the car. And in a lot of ways, a car like this as a driver is so much more fun than your mint condition one that just you have to keep in the garage and you're afraid of anyone touching it. So we really like working on cars like this, and this one was an absolute riot to do. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like the videos, make sure to like and subscribe below. We just crossed 25,000 subscribers, which is a huge deal. Thank you so much. We were kind of dumbfounded by that, and we really appreciate all the support that we've been getting from everyone. Really appreciate it. If you want to follow us on Instagram, make sure to follow us at Steveson Motor Co. as the shop Instagram. Mine's Philip Ogilvy, that's Nico Myra, and Marcos is Minnie DeMarco. And check out some of our swag and stuff. We just came out with some new mugs that are pretty cool. We've got some t-shirts, we've got some hats, we got a bunch of cool stuff on our website, stevesonmotorco.com. So make sure to check that out as well, and stay tuned for future videos.